Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Ladies and gents, and this is why we should not look for aliens, the Dark Forest, by the channel Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. I guess he's going to talk about basically his theory, or the theory of the Dark Forest. I don't know what that is. I never heard of that before. He's probably going to explain why we shouldn't look for aliens. I don't know if this is about aliens might be advanced, they kill us type of thing, or is this going to be finding aliens is a stupid task because, well, universe is way too vast. It's going to be ridiculously hard to, I guess, find aliens. I don't know what this is going to be about, but it's a Kurzgesagt video. It's about aliens, so it's going to be awesome. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more, and by subscribing, you'll be supporting my channel. Check out other reaction I did. There's a link in the description with all of my videos, but if that's too much, check out the cards. There are different playlists I created, like Kurzgesagt playlist with all my Kurzgesagt videos, and Warhammer 40k, Tron, Internet Historian, things like that. And yeah, let's watch it.
The universe is incredibly big and seems full of potential for life, with billions of habitable planets. If an advanced civilization had the technology to travel between the stars at just 0.1% of the speed of light, it could colonize our galaxy in roughly 100 million years, which is not that long given the billions of years the Milky Way has existed. So, in principle, any spacefaring civilization should be able to spread rapidly over huge sectors of the galaxy. And yet, we see nothing, hear nothing. The universe seems empty, devoid of others. This is the Fermi paradox, which we've discussed in more detail in other videos. Confronted with the seemingly empty...
Yeah, read through that one. Look, to that I think here, look. Maybe they either came to a certain type of... They reached certain type of technology that they stopped using radio waves and things like that. And when they were sending out radio waves and when it reached us, we were probably, I guess, walking around in Roman times or prehistoric times or something like that. Maybe the brief portion, and there is this extremely brief portion of time since we've been detecting radio waves and sending out radio waves, maybe during that time they stopped sending radio waves, I guess, right? Or maybe they themselves are walking around in something like Roman times or something, that they are not sending any radio waves. It could be anything. Now, you might think that if they stopped sending radio waves and have some different type of technology, why are they not, hearing our radio waves and basically contacting us back? Our radio waves have not traveled that far. If this is a Milky Way galaxy, it's this small radius is how far our radio waves have gone. So if we are relying on, I don't know who said that, I guess somebody said that if we are relying on our radio waves to reach an alien and then contacting back, it's like going to the ocean and taking a cup of water and saying there are no whales in them. That is not enough, radio waves out there, I guess, from us at least. So, it could be anything, but yeah, I mean, we are, discussing way too many maybes here. So, chances of any living thing being in galaxies is kind of hard, because thinking that they might not be sending radio waves is kind of hard to think, since what else are they going to do? But I don't know.
Universe, humanity faces a dilemma. We desperately want to know if we are alone in the Milky Way. We want to call out and reveal ourselves to anyone watching, but that could be the last thing we ever do. Because maybe the universe is not empty. Maybe it's full of civilizations, but they are hiding from each other. Maybe the civilizations that attracted attention in the past were wiped away by invisible arrows. This is the Dark Forest solution to the Fermi paradox.
Alright. Also, this is another Fermi paradox, Dark Forest.
The way of life. The hunter awakes in his hiding place and carefully listens for suspicious noises from the thick undergrowth before he gets up. Another night has passed without incident. The forest is dark and full of fog. He considers calling out to others to end his loneliness, but stops himself at the last moment. What if they are like him? All living things seek to survive, secure resources, and multiply. Their greatest obstacle are other living things that share the same objective. Competition between species favored the survival of beings with advantageous traits. Our ancestors were inventive, competitive, expansionist, and greedy for resources, which led them to winning the competition for our planet. Today, most other animals are so utterly at our mercy that we wipe out about a dozen species a day, just as an unintentional byproduct of how we like to run things. But humans are more than individuals. From us, cultures emerge that also compete with each other. Competitive and expansionary cultures spread faster and further and merge with, subdue, or destroy others. If we look at our history, it becomes clear we are dangerous. Not just to others, but also to ourselves. Our human nature has driven us to take over every corner of our planet, and soon we will look to the stars, both to expand our domain and ensure access to ever more resources. And then we might stumble upon others trying to do the same thing. It's likely that the competition of life also takes place on faraway planets, so it's logical to assume that an alien civilization that came to dominate their planet would be in some regards similar to us. But if they're similar to us, they too may be dangerous.
Oh, if they're similar to us, then...
The implication.
If they're similar to us, then we are basically fucked. We are making a lots of assumptions here that, maybe the aliens have similar brain chemistry as we do. Because lots of things that we do and we consider like, survival of the fittest, feeding the competition, things like that comes from how our brain chemistry is made and how our evolution has made us, right? Survival instinct and everything like that. So if they are like us, then sure, that is the case. But what if we are very rare species who are like that and everybody else are not like that, right? Their brain chemistry is a bit different. They don't have survival instinct like us because they haven't gone through what our ancestors have gone through, right? What we are like, in the Matrix, you are virus, Mr. Anderson. What if we are like that? So obviously, if the assumption is if they are exactly like us, the brain chemistry and the history, basically the history of evolution, if exactly like us, then yeah, the aliens, encountering aliens would be dangerous because obviously competition, the fear of unknown, everything would emerge, right? It's better to kill them than wait for them to kill us, something like that.
As the hunter sneaks through the dark forest all alone, he knows that there might be others like him. He can't know their intentions, if they are aggressive or not. The hunter knows he would kill to ensure his own survival, so he has to assume that they would too. And it might be that if he stumbles upon another hunter, the one that shoots first survives. None of this means that conflict is unavoidable. So far, the progress of the modern world seems to have made us more peaceful, not more violent.
No,
maybe this is
not
true for other civilizations.
No, it's not. It's nuclear weapons. Regardless how you see it, it's simplicity. And simple answer is this: nuclear weapons. One weapon have power over millions. Basically, anybody who could give out the order of war would fearing for them and their family. Like, what if a bomb falls on this city? With me, everybody dies. So that fear alone. Otherwise, small wars in there. Even people could put something on the paper. Like, if we start a war right now, have certain casualties, right? Let the war go on for 3 months. Then we'll sign the peace treaty while being on top, so we can negotiate better. There have been wars like that throughout the history. A lot of wars like that. Intention was not to finish the war or to win the war. It's just a bargaining thing, right? The war went on. Lots of people died, and peace treaty happened, right, with certain negotiations. Now things like that doesn't happen because there's a fear that as soon as war starts, somebody drops a nuclear weapon on me. So that is why the peace thing is, not just because of the advancement.
Too, that eventually progress means less conflict, not more.
Yeah.
Different alien civilizations also should vary from the mild and peaceful to the malevolent and militaristic.
Oh yeah.
The existential problem we're facing is that when we meet others between the stars, we have no way of telling who is peaceful or aggressive and what their true intentions are. Similarly, they might not understand or trust our intentions, even if we tell them that we are peaceful. On top of that, if we did discover another civilization and they discovered us, the light years between us would mean years of communication delay. Both sides would be in a state of uncertainty, wondering if the wisest move is to just attack, because there's another serious issue: technological explosions and the first strike advantage. We don't know where the limits of technology are, but we do know how much technological progress matters in war. A few hundred or thousand years can turn conflict with uncertain results into a one-sided massacre. Caesar's legions would stand no chance against Napoleon's army with their cannons and muskets, which would be eradicated by artillery from the First World War, which would not stand a chance against today's drones and guided missiles. So the power level of different civilizations may vary massively, and even if not, between the time it takes us to detect another civilization and
I guess future of weapon, if I were to guess, is more like, using extreme scientific method to destroy the material itself. Certain type of weapon that destroys all material that is there. A weird type of bomb which doesn't create explosion, but just creates some kind of I guess, decay of matter, right? And atomizes things slowly, without any explosion bomb, that nobody knows something else, just something just disappears.
us saying hi, we might already be hopelessly behind on the tech tree. Which is bad enough, but the nature of interstellar conflict makes this worse. If your opponent is light years away, sending an invasion fleet takes so long that by the time it arrives, it might be hopelessly obsolete.
Yeah.
So war between civilizations might be
That's so true. I mean, imagine you just equipped yourself with your current technology, weapons and ships. You just, I guess, sailed now for the, light years away battle. When you reach that, it's been so many years that technology has just gone, 100-fold higher, right? When you reach that, it's like, what the fuck is this? What you come here with paper and stones? What is that? And just, swat them away. That would be ridiculous. Like, did we just set sail for light years and light years away just to get our ass kicked? Yeah, that's what you did.
just about eliminating the other to remove an existential threat to yourself. Someone else who might be so scared of you that they attack the first chance they get. In this environment, the only way to guarantee a win is to strike with such force and speed that the target has no chance of survival or time to counterattack or escape to seek revenge later. The stakes are the highest possible, with no room for error. If we assume that the majority of civilizations live on planets, that leaves them pretty vulnerable. All you need to do is throw something massive at a planet to make it uninhabitable. So the ultimate interplanetary annihilation weapon is probably something like a relativistic kill vehicle, a missile shot at a planet at a significant fraction of the speed of light.
Okay, I don't want to pause too much before he talks about the weapon. Look, like I said, we are making lots of assumptions that these aliens are like us. Even small changes of brain chemistry could change things. Like, what if the aliens brain had the bravery part, right? Bravery part of the brain is much stronger and bigger than us, so they don't even think that what if they have weapons and they could kill us, right? And they have the fear portion of the brain is much smaller. The fear whole factor of fear is very low to them, and bravery is higher. So when they really process that, what if they attack us? Then they'll attack us. If we die, we die. What if they have that kind of mentality? What if they're like, oh, what if they attack us and we die? What if they don't think that? They might not necessarily attack first, right? If they didn't go through the evolutionary thing that we did, they might not have the survival instinct and survival mentality that we have, right? What if their ancestors was just fine? I guess there weren't much of competition there, and they just evolved and became more advanced, right? Without going through all the survival shit that our ancestors went through. So their fear factor, fear and everything that is basically survival instinct is not there. So they don't even think this thing. What if they attack us? They don't even think that. What if that's the case? So, the history of evolution, brain chemistry, everything has to match perfectly for them to be like us, basically, the way we think.
For example, a missile the size of a person going 95% the speed of light has as much energy as all nuclear bombs on Earth.
Seriously.
If you shot a few dozen at the civilization you wanted to wipe out, success would be fairly certain. Even a single hit would suffice.
Just throw Jeff.
This
at
is not that
95%
absurd of
life.
an idea. A civilization only slightly above us on the Kardashev scale would have enough energy to send multiple strikes against every planet it suspects of harboring life. What makes these weapons so sinister is how much they favor a first strike, since they would be so fast that it might be impossible to protect yourself effectively against them once they're launched. Conflict between civilizations may not be lengthy affairs, but rapid winner-takes-all situations, where the first one to shoot wins. This makes any civilization an existential threat to any other.
Yeah.
And if every civilization is an existential threat to every other, there may be only two kinds of civilizations out there: quiet ones and dead ones.
Yeah, on the matter of brain chemistry, like I said, then again, there could be certain aliens whose, one portion of the brain is much stronger, which is basically the evil portion, right? Debauchery and shit like that. Their portion of the brain is so big, they don't even see reason. They don't even think anything else. They don't even have anything like morality or shit like that. They just do heinous shit. And they're technologically advanced somehow. Even something like that could exist, right? Like how in Warhammer universe there is, Eldars who became that debauchery and shit like that eventually, right?
So, what should we do? Should we worry? It's unlikely that anybody has noticed humanity yet. The radio signals we've transmitted in the last 100 years traveled a relatively tiny distance and have long decayed into unreadable noise. At our technological stage, if we don't actively try to get noticed, and if nobody specifically looks at our pretty unremarkable solar system, we'll stay hidden. But one day we will venture into space in a serious way and need to consider these kinds of questions again. We don't know if there are others or if we are going through the forest alone. But we have no way of knowing for sure.
Oh, that's creepy.
For the time being, it seems the best we can do is to carefully listen. And even if we see others step into a clearing and make themselves known, we should not reply right away, but carefully watch them from the undergrowth. Perhaps we are also thinking about this.
Or if their mentality is if they don't reply fast, then they're plotting something, and then they bomb us when we are thinking and waiting. Damn.
Wrong by allowing our primitive brain that evolved in the context of the gruesome competition of life to conjure fears of predatory aliens all around us.
There you go.
Maybe the fact that we are looking at the universe like this is a sign that we are not grown up yet as a species. There could be a friendly, welcoming community of alien civilizations waiting to hear from us when we are ready.
Yeah.
As for now, the good news is there is actually little we need to do. We just need to be thoughtful about the signals we send out into the galaxy. We need to watch the sky and learn more about our galaxy, our forest. Because whatever the nature of our forest is, full of dangers or friends, or nobody at all, only careful observation can tell. So, let's do that.
Alright, we are doing that.
At last, the hunter reaches a clearing.
Yeah, and also there are certain people. What if sudden flying saucer came in and they're trying to attack us? They're trying to kill us. Well, then we are dead. If an alien, crosses the interstellar space, already way too advanced than us. Pretty sure that flying saucer has enough weapon to kill everybody on this planet, right? So I think we are fucked anyway.
And finds a comfortable position. Slowly, the sun melts the fog away. Lost in thought, he admires the vegetation until suddenly he is eye to eye with another hunter, frozen
creepy.
in terror, just like himself. His
Lighting
mind
shades.
is racing, considering all the different options. The hunter takes a deep breath and makes a decision. Maybe the only way out of the dark forest is to step into the clearing together. And with this hopeful picture, we say goodbye.
And then one hunter takes out a gun and bang. That's what you get for coming out.
To the year 12,021 of the human era. It was a wild year to say the least, Still much more fun than 12,020.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kurzgesagt had its most successful month ever and published a book. We tried a lot of new techniques and really got into Blender and Cinema 4D, hiding more and more 3D in our videos. We have so many ideas for next year and big and ambitious plans that we can't wait to share with you. And all of this was and is possible because of your direct support. Thank you so much. Kurzgesagt only works because of you. So in tune with the end of the year, we've designed a few products that will help you to visualize your place in the universe.
Yeah, people, go to, I guess, original video page link, and from there go to the original video page and, you know, click on the shop link and support the Kurzgesagt, kgs.link/shop. Yeah, the dark forest is another Fermi paradox thing. I guess it's just basically our fear, right? Our survival instinct, the anxiety, panic feeling that we all have as a first instinct every time we discover something unknown, and we don't think like, oh, is it friend? No, what if it can kill me? That is the first thing, right? If something came out of the dark, we are always like, we are not like, hey, we are never like that. We are always that. Why? Because as soon as something comes out, we just got this anxiety feeling like, oh, that's gonna hurt me. That is the first instinct we have, because how our ancestors went through things, right? The evolution and how our brain chemistry is basically. Brain chemistry evolved in that way because of that reason, because of the history of, you know, I guess how our ancestors went through. So yeah, I mean, there could be so many variations of, you know, brain chemistry evolution with other aliens that we can't really predict how they can be. Or maybe there are many aliens and all are different type of things. Some of them are really friendly, some of them are kindly like us, some of them are really dark and basically really effed up because that's how their brain chemistry is. Or maybe they went through the planet which is really fucked up, right? So that's how they came out. It could be many things, but yeah. Right, people? That was why we should not, I mean, that's a strong thing. We should look for aliens, but be careful, I guess that's the type of thing. But yeah, that was why we should not look for aliens, the dark forest by the channel Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more, if I should react to more science videos, things like that. You know, I'm planning to make another channel where I'll just, you know, I guess put more history and scientific videos, when in other one I guess I'll put more general type of videos, but we'll see. Check out other reaction I did. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast with playlists like Kurzgesagt and International and others. And yeah, follow me on Twitter. There I'll be tweeting every time I upload a new video, so that way you'll be informed, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you next time.